Do I look insane? Hi and welcome to the Zobo Show. I'm Zobo and this is my show. Today I have special guest star Emmy Bore, my sister, one and only. Today I am going to be braiding my sister's hair and talking about the second day of my Montreal trip. So she just went swimming, so her hair's a bit messy. So our second day in Montreal, we're tired, so we decide we're gonna go get some coffee. The store right next to our Airbnb has $1 coffee. So we go there and Sylvan gets $1 coffee, but I want ice. Me with my $6 latte, him with his $1 coffee. Mix them together and it's perfect. We go on the subway because we're gonna go to the Jean-Talon Market. The Montreal subway is so much nicer than the New York subway. It doesn't smell like urine. It's like high ceilings. It looks nice. I'm really a big fan. Don't you love how the subway's not disgusting?
Yeah.
And then when you're on the subway car, there's like a little thingy and it shows you how close you are to the next stop and the name of the next stop in case you forget where you are. And another fun thing is after like 5 p.m. on Friday, you can get an unlimited weekend pass on the subway. So I highly recommend doing that. So like if you go to Canada and you are from America, basically everything's 25% off just because of conversion rates. The market, it's really hot out. And also my feet are beginning to blister badly. We're not hungry quite yet, but we're thirsty, so we get some iced tea. What do you think of the tea?
Never see.
And it's just such a nice market. There's like fresh fruits and vegetables everywhere. Stands with different food and drinks. It even had Wi-Fi. We ended up getting a crepe to share. So good. Also, it was gluten-free. Just like the whole crepe stand was gluten-free, but it was great. So after the market, we headed over to the mall, and on our way, we see this like 8-year-old sitting in a stroller. And in that stroller are just tons and tons of bags of TAKIS waves. And we're like, why are there like 15 bags of TAKIS waves shoved into this stroller? We're walking, we keep seeing more and more people carrying TAKIS waves. And Sylvan are like, what is happening here? So as we get closer to the mall, we notice people with carts of TAKIS waves. And we go over to one of them and the guy's like, you want a bag of TAKIS waves? And we're like, sure. And then he's like, oh, so he hands one to Sylvan. And then he's like, oh, do you also want a bag? And I'm like, no, I think one large, like they're large bags, they're not small bags. So I'm like, I think one bag of TAKIS waves is enough, thank you. And he's like, no, take it. So next thing we know, we're walking down the street with 2 bags of TAKIS waves. So we just got 2 free bags of TAKIS waves. We're really confused. We go into the mall. And at this point, my feet are very blistered. I'm in a lot of pain, so I'm going to shoe stores trying to find new shoes. So we go in this one shoe store, and this woman comes over to me, and she's like, oh, do you like the TAKIS waves? I mean, we haven't tried them yet, I don't know, but we have 2 bags. Do you want a bag? This is way too many TAKIS waves. And she's like, oh, yeah. So we get rid of one of the bags of TAKIS waves, and then we end up at this suit store, because Sylvan wants to look at suits. The woman there says something about the TAKIS waves. And so we ask her. It turns out in Montreal, whenever they launch a new snack, they just hand it out on the streets for people to taste it. So we finally tasted TAKIS waves. And I gotta tell you, they were horrible. Like, okay, they weren't like horrible, but TAKIS, they're good. I like them. I don't eat them a lot, but I enjoy TAKIS. These, they did not taste like TAKIS. They were like more tomatoey and also very spicy. I mean, was just, why were they so tomatoey? I don't understand. Also, at the suit store, the woman almost convinced Sylvan to buy a suit, which, a $200 suit, which is funny if you know him, because he works on a farm trying on the suit while wearing chacos that were falling apart. I'm like, Sylvan, where are you going to wear this $200 Italian suit? Well, if I didn't explain it already, Sylvan is my boyfriend. So after that, I'm still looking for shoes because my feet are killing me. I'm like limping around. So I end up at this shoe store called B2. They have the Doc Martin sandals. I try on a few pairs and I pick out this pair with buckles on it. And I'm like, okay, these are comfortable. Bad decision buying those shoes, because by the end of that day, I had 2 scrapes on the top of my foot from the shoes, like digging into my feet. So I had a blister the size of my pinky toe on my pinky toe. So after we bought the shoes, we're still at the mall, and we're getting a little hungry. So we decide, Abby's first braid, it's not great because her hair's a little wet, but her first braid. So we decide to go to the food court to get a snack. In the Centre Eaton Mall, because their food court is so nice. It's called the Timeout Market. They have food from all around the world. After that, it was time to go to dinner. Since before Sylvan and I were dating, which was probably about 2.5 years ago, he's been talking about this Mongolian hot pot place in Montreal. So we finally go there. It's called Happy Lamb Hot Pot. You pay a flat fee and then you get unlimited food. So there's a burner in the middle of your table and they put a pot with broth on it and start it boiling, and then you tell them what food you want them to bring you, and then you dip it in the hot pot to cook it, and then you eat it. And it's really good and it's really fun to do also. Look behind you, it says broth so hard. We're gonna broth so hard.
We are gonna broth so hard. Oh no, wait.
Normal stuff to start, and then when they came out to see what we wanted for our second round of food, Sylvan was like, I'm gonna go a little more wacky, and he got cow stomach. This stuff, as soon as he got it, I'm like, I'm not eating that. And then it comes out and it's like white, tapey, like rough looking thing, like nasty. It looked so disgusting. And I'm like, Sylvan, are you gonna eat that? And he was like, and you know, this is a guy, he never wants any food to go to waste. And he'll typically try anything. He had a mosquito the other, like he'll try anything. And he wouldn't eat the cow stomach. Also, while we were in Montreal, there was this like anime comic book convention sort of thing going on. So all around us, people were dressed up in just the coolest outfits. So there was this one person, so they were in this like maid looking costume, and their skirt was really short. I'm talking really short and like poofy too. And the chair, there's a hole in the back of the chair. This person is not wearing underwear, which, like, bold decision to not wear underwear if your skirt is that short. They sit down and their skirt rides up so I can see their butt. So I'm like, Sylvan, look behind you. And he's like, oh my God. And we're like, do we tell this person? Like, what do we do? This is a complete stranger. What do I go over and say, I can see your butt? Like, your skirt's riding up? What do I do? We can either go over and tell them, and then they know that this happened. Then they know that this incredibly embarrassing event occurred in their life. Or if we don't tell them, maybe they'll never find out. And if they never know that this happened, then, like, it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So we go back and forth a little. So we finally decide we're not going to tell them. You know, if they never know what happened, that's probably better off for them, because that's pretty awkward. So then after you eat dinner, there are unlimited sesame balls and egg rolls. That was really good. I highly recommend Happy Lamb Hot Pot. It was pretty reasonable for, it was like 28 Canadian dollars a person for unlimited. you know, going into New York City, that can get up to like $60 a person. Like, it was really sweet because like we've been talking about doing this since before we were dating, and now we don't. Now we're dating. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Please subscribe, because if I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I can monetize my channel and then I can start making actual money off of it, which, you know, that'd be really cool. I might have to buy a new car. Because my car might be kind of broken, so it'd be really nice. Make those car payments. Tell your friends. Post it on Facebook, whatever you want. So more videos to come. I eventually will be posting a final part 3 about Montreal. Isn't she the cutest? All right, now back of that. Wait, turn around. Stay frosty, poozers.